We don't have enough money to raise another child.
I'm considering having a second child.
We don't have any plans for a child now.
It sounds like a group of busy parents talking family. But these are Chinese mums and dads reacting to news their government may allow them to have more children. The one-child policy, famous worldwide, has kept a tight rein on China's population over 3 decades. Introduced in 1978 as a means of curbing rampant population growth, it's estimated the policy has averted around 400 million births, according to statistics from China's National Health and Family Planning Commission.
I was very excited when the new policy came out. I'm willing to have a second child if I'm allowed to.
Now the ruling Communist Party says couples where one partner is an only child can now have a second baby. As China rattles towards an ever-aging society, the government knows a powered-up labour force is needed to carry on record-breaking growth. Across China, millions of families know firsthand the result of the far-reaching policy.
I am a single child, and I often feel lonely growing up. We knew how to share with others when we were children, but an only child in a family doesn't know how to share. It will be much better if they have siblings.
It's not just loneliness and tantrums which have been a byproduct of the law. Declining fertility rate has reduced the number of children under 15 to just 16.6% of the total population, while the number of those aged 60 plus is nearing 13.3%.
If we only have one child, he or she would have great pressure after they grow up. They have to take care of 4 elderly plus their own child. It's a huge economic burden.
Outside of China, it's hard to conceive the heartache suffered by families desperate to add to their brood. But for many, even a change in policy won't bring more babies into their home.
The reality is we don't have enough money to raise another child, as we are both working class. My wife has already quit her job to spend more time with our child. If we have another, there'd be no room for it. Plus, we have no money and no more hands to raise it.
Parents like Zhuo acknowledge the change affords Chinese more control over their family planning decisions. But he worries a new baby boom will put pressure on the already burdened systems of food production, health, education and employment.
I don't want any more children. The problem is that there are not enough resources. We could get to a stage where there aren't enough schools and hospitals for these extra babies.
Other parents share his concerns.
I will consider it, but for now, maybe when my baby gets older. It's a huge economic pressure raising a second child, even if we have parents from both sides to help out.
This is the marriage registration office in Yuncheng County in China's northern Shaanxi province. You'd think newlyweds would be the first ones bursting at the chance to have more babies. 26-year-old Ren Xue Lai.
目前的情况的话，我们就基本上打算一个。目前打算要一个。这是出于什么样的一个原因呢？一大半是经济吧。你现在一个月大概收入多少？2000块钱。你爱人上班吗？他现在没有。现在计划还不要呢。
We don't have plan for any child now. We won't consider it in the next 2 years. It's hard to raise a child, and our wedding would cost quite an amount of money as well.
While reining in population control, the strategy has also resulted in a highly skewed gender ratio. China has 117 boys born for every 100 girls, far exceeding the accepted balance of 107 to 100. In a country where boys are often favoured over girls, the surplus of boys is now causing problems for the one-child generation, hoping to meet their match. Jai Jianwu, head of the School of Social and Population at Beijing's Renmin University, has been calling for a change for years.
The updated family planning policy is beneficial to ease the aging of population. It will also optimize the labor structure in the future. Furthermore, the gender ratio will also be adjusted to a balanced level.
Jai says the effects will be almost immediate.
The birth rate is expected to see a significant rise in the next 4 to 5 years, with the number of newborns to climb to 17 to 18 million every year. And after that, it will return to a steady level.
And it's rural families where the policy change will be felt the most.
When you combine figures for both rural and urban areas, it's estimated about 65% to 70% of parents are willing to have a second child. The percentage climbs to 90% in some rural areas.
There's no doubt China is facing the same challenges as its neighbours. The question now is, can the world's most populous nation make sure it has enough people power to keep on track to becoming an economic